So yes, I'm making this video really in response to the lady that made the video saying that um all Afro Latino people or black people from these Latin countries, we all consider ourselves not to be black. Okay, so I want to make a video about this because I said this is not true. Okay, this is the reason why I said this is not true is because I can't speak for the whole of um Latin countries. So I can speak for most what I know, and I can speak for Brazil, where I come from. So where I come from in Brazil, yeah, this is how we do the classifications. So before I talk about the classification, I just need to go back on the fact that some people seem to be angry that Amira said she was not African American and she was Afro Latino. Okay, if she was brought up in America, she can consider herself as African American. Okay, so I live in London. I can't consider myself as African American. We as black people living in London, we are supposed to consider ourselves as black British. Okay, so we can't just be born here, live here, or spend, I don't know, like 30 years or whatever here, and then call ourselves African American. If somebody from America moves down to London, they would have to consider themselves as African American because they come from America. So here, when you go for a job, when you go to the dentist, when you go to the doctor, anything official that you have to do, you have to always say what race you are, okay, and stuff like that. If you say you're white, there's categories under what kind of white you are. If you're white, Europe or something. So it goes down like that. And if you're black, you have to say if you're black, African, or black, West Indies, or what they put is Caribbean, or they put black order. So somebody from America coming here would have to say black order. Myself from Brazil, being here, I have to say to myself as consider myself as black order. Okay, so despite I was born here, but I still consider myself as black order. So, and part of that reason is because of the way I have been treated in this country. So anyway, I don't really want to go back to all that. Um so she was not wrong in that. And also us saying Afro Latino is because um a lot of people only up to recently started finding that there is actually black people in a lot of these countries. People didn't think there were black people in Cuba, Colombia, Brazil, and in all these places. When I came to London like 20 years ago and I told people I was from Brazil, they didn't believe me. They just wanted, are there black people from Brazil, black people living in Brazil? They were literally in shock. So I always have to defend myself and say, yes, there's black people in Brazil. I have met black people from Colombia, Cuba, and they all consider themselves black. Okay, so also as well, yeah. In Brazil, this is how we have the classification. In Brazil, if you're white and your parents is white, you are supposed to consider yourself white. Okay, if you are mixed race, you're supposed to consider yourself brown, brown, not black. Okay, that's how they see it. And then if you're black, in the sense that if your skin color is black, 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 then you are supposed to consider yourself black. That is how it is. That's how they do it in Brazil. Some people might not look at it like it's right or it's wrong, but that's how they do it in Brazil. I don't know about all other Latin countries. Okay, and if you are mixed with, if you're white mixed with Indian, you have another classification. I don't understand why they do it that way, but that is the way they do it. That's how they do it. Okay, so some people now that is like mixed race or maybe my color coming down to, I don't know, like Europe, or coming down to America, if someone says, "Oh, yes, you're a black woman or a black person," they might feel some kind of way because they come from a mentality, a government that brought them up with the belief that you are not black, you are brown. Okay, So it's not a matter of saying like, oh, look now, so and so, or you are right or anything, or everybody's right. It's not a matter of that, because a lot of people, okay, because I'm a dancer and I have a lot of Brazilian fans, and a lot of them that follow me that are black, they consider themselves black, even if they are my color or even lighter than my color. So you know, that's how they see it. So, but don't say everybody, because it's only some people, and it's not their fault. It's the upbringing of how the government has brought them up. If the government in America from day one, when they made law or whatever, they considered people lighter than dark brown, that would be that's how people would in America would see people my color or lighter than me as not black, as brown. Okay, not if all that one drop percent law did not apply, and they just said, oh, people with so and so color is supposed to be considered as brown. I mean, take for example, I lived in Spain. When I lived in Spain, nobody called me, oh, black. They always called me black or morena, okay, the brown girl over there, all the time. Okay, it was only when I came to London people started calling me black, 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 black. Okay, so and I realized that, oh, people over here, they do not how would I put it now? People over here, they do not consider black as I mean, as brown people as brown or anything. They just consider, if you're black, that's this. If once you're not pure white, they consider you as black. Okay, that's when I come to realize that's how they're thinking over here. But at the same time, I don't really care, because when I was growing up, my grandmother always told me, oh, remember number one out of everything else, that you're a black woman. I mean, in my family, I am one of the lightest person, in it. But also, what you also fail to understand here is, take for example now in Brazil, right from what, like, after the slave trade was over, after that all that was over, and they had all those dark skinned people there, they really wanted to change um, the color of Brazil, because so what they started doing is what is called, and nobody's spoken about this yet, is called racial whitening. Okay, so all they started making all the really really dark people have babies with literally the white people. So that's why you see a lot of Brazilians now, you see a lot of them look like mixed race, and it's still a culture that is carried on to today. Okay, when you go and you look at like Facebook or anywhere you want to go and look at, and I know Brazilian people, okay, that is dark skin, and all of them, none of them ever go, and most of them, okay, I wouldn't say all of them, okay, put it that way, most of them still have that mentality, and they still go for, if they are dark, they still try to go for lighter, because they're trying to like whiten their line. Okay, because that's what is going on, not just in Brazil now, it's like it's going on all over the world. That's why you see like mixed race people are taking over. So when Amira says that now that oh, she's suffering discrimination because of colorism, okay, don't sit down and people start thinking like, oh no, and start criticizing the poor girl, because all of this is true. When I came to London, when I came to the UK, when was it? Yeah, when 20 years ago, when I met this guy, and he told me, he was a Jamaican guy, and he told me, check this out, he told me that I was too dark to have his kids. Okay, look at my complexion. He told me I was too dark to have his kids. And up to 2 years ago, I had another friend as well, and I went for a job and I didn't get it, and he told me the reason why I didn't get it before was because I did not have the right complexion. So it's not, and he was also black. Okay, so yeah, he was black African, and the other guy was black Jamaican. So it's not a matter of you sit down there, you think all of this don't happen. It happened, and a lot of I have to say, sorry about this, but it's true, a lot of black men, they add to this, they add to the colorism, they add. I mean, you can see all the rappers and all that going on now on YouTube, saying, on Instagram and wherever else they want to go and announce, oh, that they don't like dark skinned girls and they all like light skinned girls. Okay, and you know something, I have to just address this as well while I'm making this video. All the light skinned girls, okay, I'm not talking about mixed race now. I'm talking about light skinned girls that is walking around and going and making stupid video and going, oh, stop picking on us, blah blah blah. It's not our fault. You know something? You are so stupid. You know something? If I was could slap you through this thing, I would, because guess what? You are so stupid. Let me tell you why you're stupid, yeah? Okay, right now they're discriminating against the really, really dark skinned girls. Okay, so what do you think is going to happen? The next discrimination will be people that is lighter than the dark skin, because guess who they're going to be replacing the light skinned black with? The mixed race girls. So you don't sit down there and be on your high horse and thinking you've achieved everything, you've conquered the world just because of the complexion of your skin. You know something? Wake up, okay? Slap yourself, get the fit scales off your eyes, or whatever it is that's blocking it, get it off your eyes, okay? Because at the end of the day, you are not in a position to sit down and start making any rejoicing. You cannot rejoice because they're coming for your ass too. Periods. That's how it works, okay? You, if you can't see, you open your eyes and you see. I come from, you know something, I work for this company, yeah, and I'm telling you now, in this company, in London here, where I work, I mean, not in London where I work, but in the whole of the UK, this is how it goes, yeah? You have some companies, most of the companies have to work with this thing called equal opportunity, which means you have to employ somebody that's black, white, all the color. You have to have all the races and all in your workplace, and all the religion and straight and lesbian and gay and all of kind of things, just to show that you don't discriminate, okay? So, do you know what a lot of the businesses are doing here? Well, not a lot of the businesses. I can only speak of this one I know in particular. I'll tell you this one I know what they're doing. They're going and they're hiring black girls. They're hiring mixed race girls. Or they're marrying, they're hiring those girls from Ethiopia, and you know that they look some kind of way. You know what I'm trying to say to you? They have that kind of really kind of nice hair, and Somali girls, you know what I mean, stuff like that. So don't sit down and tell me that, oh, you think this is not going to affect you, or you have a reason to rejoice. You have no reason to rejoice, okay? Because all of us are getting replaced and replaced and replaced, okay? Period. So anyway, that's what I want to say. And yeah, that girl was not wrong, because as I was saying, before this, before she what she was trying to do was about the Afro Latino thing, was trying to like popularize, okay, the fact that there was black people in all this other part of Latino countries. Because think about it, many years ago, when you watch TV, do you see any black people when they will show Brazil? Do you see any black people in Brazil? They always show the nice part of the beach where all the white people are. It's always that they always they always kind of promoted the whiteness of Brazil. Even when Snoop Dogg went to Brazil a couple of years ago, yeah, you need to do that video, you're so beautiful. Who did he have there with him? He had some girls. I mean, were any of the girls black? Okay, maybe you say, oh yeah, they were black girls. Look at the skin color, look at their hair. As I told you, in Brazil, those girls are not considered as black. Okay, they considered as brown. There is girls that is dark. Okay, beautiful. Okay, that he could have put in his video. Did he put any? No. But all the girls that were around him, they all had all this kind of nice hair and everything, and nice skin color. They all looked some kind of mixed. Okay, so you know, even him as a black person, okay, was added to this. When I watched that video and I saw that black boy in the beginning, I thought, yes, he went to the ghetto to make this video. Yes, it's going to like highlight black people in Brazil. Did he fuck? Okay, no, he didn't. So it's, you know, it's a matter of what that girl have to say is true. And as I said, many people didn't think that black people existed, and they existed. And I've spoken to black people in Cuba, in Colombia, and all this, and they talk about how they suffer racism, and they don't say, oh, I suffer racism because I'm considered as white. And what a lot of you don't understand is, like, take for example Ronaldo. Ronaldo is black, he is not white, okay? But in Brazil, when you are mixed race and you're considered brown, it's because you don't have money. Once you have money, you have to go and tell people, you have to say you are white. That's why Black Brazil did an interview with him, and they asked him, what do you think about racism in Brazil? And he said, I can't say anything about racism in Brazil because I am white. And you need to see Ronaldo's dad. He is black, dad, I don't know. He is dark, dark, dark. And his dad was laughing. And when they interviewed his dad afterwards, his dad said something about that's what he has to say, because that is how the culture in Brazil is. That's how the government make it, okay? They don't want to, how do I put it now? They don't want to advertise the blackness of Brazil. No, 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 no. They don't want to advertise the, how do I put it now? The black athlete after Pele. So that was it. Push everything to the side. It's like everybody now is into skin whitening, pretending to be white. So the poor guy can't even go and tell people that, oh, guess what? It's black. When they always talk about it, let's talk about Ronaldo. They never talk about his race. Why? They do not want people to know. So that's the mentality. It's just, no, that's it. And also, if you don't believe me, you go and check Neyman, okay? I don't know if it's that guy. I can't even pronounce his name now because I'm really not into too much into football. Okay, go and check if it's Neyman or Neyman or whatever it's called. Okay, that was playing for Brazil last time. Go and check out his photo. When he was playing last time, the guy was dark, 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 dark. The guy was like, well, like my color. Go and check him. Go and check out his photo now. The guy is bleached, is clean, bleach his skin. His hair is blonde. His skin is white. If you don't believe me, you go and look at it now, okay? Because that is the culture. The guy is mixed race, but that is what you have to do. You need to whiten your skin. That is what they're advertising in Brazil. And if you don't whiten your skin, you don't get the nice job. And you know, it's so crazy and it's so discriminating and it's so, I don't even know what to say, but that's the culture. But at the same time, a lot of people, they know they're black. They live their black culture, okay? And if you go to that pages, okay, they will not tell you that they're white. Because anyway, unless, of course, you're rich, you can walk around and say, yes, you're white because the government expects you to say so, which is ridiculous. But most of the people I know, okay, and most of Brazil, okay, is poor. So them poor people that is black, even if they're mixed race, they still call themselves black. That's all I know. So, that's it. So yeah, so this is my makeup line as well. I just release, it's coming out in a couple of, it's coming out today, okay? So right now is, I don't know what time, but it's going to be out later on tonight. I'm going to put it on my Instagram, okay? Everybody keep asking me about my makeup. It's wearing off now. I had this since morning. So really, it's my glitter makeup line. So if you want to check it out, visit Ghetto Diva Accessories. The link is going to be in the wherever place. Okay, so if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and thank you for watching my video. And you know, I'm not trying to make beef or anything with anyone. I'm just trying to, like, well, clear outside of it. Well, we will come from Brazil. Okay, so thank you everyone for listening and take care.